Apostrophe capital T, AXIONB. I'm on the executive committee for the NAACP Spokane branch. I'm 1137. I'm the founder of the 8-Step, 9 Steps to the Common Process, and I'm also a credible messenger for the Northwest region and the main agency in the Houston, Washington.
Yes, my name is Mark, M-A-R-L-O-N, with the N-Step program, and we're going to move this to Spokane, Washington. That's all I'm dedicated to keep everybody off the streets, try to help our young get back on track the way we're supposed to be.
Yes, sir. So yeah, let's talk about the movement that's happening right now in Spokane. I'm from Orlando, Florida, so when I moved out here, I came from a historically black college. It was a completely different atmosphere, and at some points I was like, I wouldn't even see black people on certain days. So talk about that and talk about the work that's being put into the community right now.
Well, there's definitely, even here in Spokane, Washington, there's definitely a disparity as it applies to the black population here in Spokane, Washington. That being said, Spokane, Washington has let us see a side of itself that I had not seen prior. It's showing that it supports the Black Lives Matter movement, and all of the organization that's coming to the downtown area and everywhere else to protest shows you that there's a shifting of consciousness in Spokane, Washington, and the white supremacist mentality, ideology, and philosophy is no longer welcome here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think that was what was really shocking to me, because I didn't know there was going to be that many people that showed up last week. I was out there, I was walking across the bridge with everyone else. And there's thousands of people everywhere you look. You see signs, and you see the white silence is violence. You see Black Lives Matter type of signs. So how does that make you just feel as a black man in this country?
That makes us feel wonderful, and I would like to thank Spokane for that. The whites, the Indians, the Hispanics, everybody that came out to show some love. It was a beautiful thing. It was something that I didn't think Spokane would ever do, but y'all did that, and we need more of that. Keep coming. Just don't stop today. We're going to keep it going.
Yes, sir, and that's what I want to talk about, especially because, people, like I said over there, people think it's going to stop just after one protest or after a couple conversations. How much work really needs to be put into this, especially across the country?
Well, I mean, one of our great leaders in America said, "Power concedes nothing without demand." So, the demand must be a constant application of pressure on the psyche and consciousness of the country, so that we can eke out some type of change for black people here in America, wherein we can receive equal justice just like everybody else, right? As far as us being the main builders of this country, right? The main builders of the country, there's no way in the world we should be suffering the way we're suffering in the country that we helped to build and went to every war for this country. We shouldn't be suffering like this. We bled for this country. We politicked for this country. We went overseas and fought and died for this country. There's no reason for us to be back in America and we'd be experiencing the things that we're experiencing at the hands of law enforcement. The very same force that is supposed to be there to protect and serve us is the force that is killing us.
Sir, I want to go into that a little bit as well, because of course I'm sure y'all heard about the Drew Brees conversation that was happening earlier this week. He talked about the flag and representing that. People, they checked him on it, saying, "Hey, my grandfather, he fought in the war, but when he came back, it was a completely different situation. He wasn't celebrated. He had to fight even more once he got back to the country." So talk about that. Talk about this movement. It's not about disrespecting the flag. It's not about any type of special privileges. It's about equality.
It's never, in my opinion, have ever been about disrespecting the flag. If we want to talk about disrespecting the flag, the way the flag is displayed during football games in the Super Bowl, if you look at the code of the flag, you see that that's disrespectful. So it's never been about us disrespecting the flag. It's always been about people that has come under a flag and have served under a flag that want the equal protection that is guaranteed by the Constitution under that flag. So it's not disrespecting the flag; it's disrespecting the ideology, philosophy, and principles that are shielding by the respect for the flag or the reverence for the flag.
Sure, I appreciate that. And then also, I asked the same question to Dustin. What do you say to the people who think going out there and marching and using your voice is not going to change anything?
Well, the reality is, if you look at the Boston Tea Party, it took one man to kick that off. you know, and that man happened to be a black man. So your voice needs to be heard. If violence is the language of the unheard, then in order for us to kill violence, we have to be heard. So let's get out here, protest, let our voice be heard in peace, right? But demonstrate, and then we take away the possibility of violence.
So, and I want to talk about peace because a lot of people will see the looting, the situations, and then they try to box it into, you know, basically the black community. They say, oh, the thugs, the president even tweeted it out, you know.
That's a good question. I went to Facebook that night, and I literally counted all the blacks that participated in that, and by far, it wasn't us. There was people out there on the main purpose to start some stuff because they wanted an eruption. They wanted a bad outcome. But the real blacks, like the ones that you're looking at right here, was not participating in it. I called my sons, I called my nephews, and I double dared to never, they better not be down there never. None of us. I called friends, I called family members, I looked at that video, I watched over and over video footage, and I was yet to see a brother that looked like me or us down here.
So, and then
We wasn't there.
Sure. And then I appreciate y'all just for coming out and talking to me today. Is there anything else you feel like you want to add into it, or you know, just get off your chest?
Well, there's something I want to say concerning the looting, right? You have to look at the circumstance that will cause an individual to feel so denied of equality, so denied of the letter of the law, that they would take this opportunity to try to get something to maintain and sustain themselves in this trying environment. COVID-19 has put everybody out there. This is no excuse for looting, but we have to understand the position that the people have been put in. Why are they looting? And who does it benefit?
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yes, sir.